So now a new video started. Okay, so now a new video started. So I've dealt with people calling me fat and greedy, but they'll call me a hypocrite for calling that guy fat. I mean, they would call me a hypocrite if I call him fat and he's fatter than me. But if he wanted to call me fat and greedy and he's bigger than me, then they wouldn't say that he was a hypocrite. So, you have to be a low-life coward to bully and abuse a female when you're a dude, you're a guy. You are of the male gender, bullying, stalking, and harassing, and perping a female. But they're demonically influenced. The perps are demonically influenced and don't have a conscience. They don't have a conscience. And they just, think that, they really think they have the upper hand and think that they're invincible and think that there's no consequence for what they do because they, paid it off already that they could get rewarded for whatever crime, but hell really awaits them and they don't take it seriously. Even if you're a TI turned perp, damn well you took a bribe. You know what oath you took. So, if you're a target turned perp, then they want to walk around here and talk that lingo like they're a professed Christian, or they want to walk around here and talk that lingo like as if they never sold out. But their actions show that they do. And then other professed targets don't realize that, and they just side with and defend them because you sitting there blinded by that person's popularity in the TI community. That you're blind and can't even recognize when that person is, perping another TI. And it ought to be blatant. I mean, you ought to be able to easily recognize and blatantly tell. So, I mean, I'm just, well, I mean, I know that when people watch, when my video splits into two, people either watch the second part, the second small part, and don't go watch the first, or they'll watch the first part and don't bother to go and watch the second part, unless it's two of the same length videos. But me having a little bit extra on this video that's split into two, me having a little bit extra had sometimes that they'll watch the first part but don't bother to go watch the second part. And so then people got all these questions like, well, how do you go about doing this, or how do you go about doing that, or whatever. So, sometimes the answer might be in the second half of the video that y'all missed or something. Not that you have to watch both parts, but I just, but then again, some people might watch some of my videos and maybe watch part of it, or not watch it all, or, because I understand that, a person might be busy or something like that, but the perps have the time to watch. And the perps, I know that they sometimes watch my videos, and they watch them in the videos in this entirety, and watch them. They probably replay it back more than once. If I can do 15 videos like this in one day, they still got time to watch every single last one of them. If I got 15 videos to do, plus go to my blogs, and they got time to look at each and everything I do and say online. And I don't know how they find time to do it, because most of the time I don't have spare time really to go back and watch my own videos. Some of them every once in a while, but most of the time, no. But yesterday evening, I found myself bored and tired. I found myself to be bored and tired, very sleepy. But I thought I started to go to bed at about 10 o'clock or 10. Well, actually, I was sleepy by 8 o'clock last night. But I figured that I knew I couldn't fall asleep that early. So I tried about 10 o'clock or 10:30. Still couldn't fall asleep. So I started to watch a few YouTube videos around 11 o'clock last night. And then I got all excited and wrote down those recipes. So, I'm a, I'm a little bit more alert, slightly more alert with, I'm slightly more alert with, excuse me, ever since after I ate. But, I still need more sleep. But I don't know if I get to fall asleep or if I get to take a nap or what. If I could successfully take a nap. But I'm still feeling shaken up, about with that. That's by him doing that on purpose to run me out of here. That's senseless, and it's like I've been his enemy since day one, since I first got here. So that's actually making me feel tortured and miserable. To hear, and then around, of course, between 1 a.m. I'm sorry, not 1 a.m. 1 p.m. in the afternoon, between 1 p.m. and at least a good 8 or 9 o'clock p.m. I'm hearing bass all by different cars or different vehicles all throughout the evening, and sometimes earlier in the morning. And that's one thing I hate about the city, because one thing about city people, if you notice that city people are more worldly and more secular than people who live in rural areas. It seems like as the people who live in rural areas seem less worldly than city people. People, who live in especially major cities. Like, it's hard to find somebody in a big city like Los Angeles or Miami or Chicago. I'm not saying that they don't exist, but it's hard to find a sincere Christian in places like that. It's like almost everybody is conformed to the world. But if you see somebody on a farm in North Carolina or somewhere, you'll, if they live out in the country and on a farm or somewhere, they're probably more likely to be like a strong believer in God or a strong Christian or something like that, like devout. But in New Orleans, I've seen some people who are devout Catholics, but and then they still turn out to even be fake. a fake pseudo devout Catholic that they just, it's like when you're a fake, you know, it's like acting like a modern day Pharisee or something. A modern day Pharisee. So, but anyway, I don't know what's going to happen between today and tomorrow. Far as I know, I have enough money, just enough money to get to stay here tomorrow. For another week. So, but I hope that me trying to report that guy for doing that noise harassment again, I hope that I don't end up back on the streets or kicked out because of him doing that. He got a whole vehicle, you know, but I don't even have that protection. Or if he got enough money to stay here with the truck and he probably has a job, then he could go to a different motel or somewhere. I don't even know why, But as I said before, almost not everybody here, but almost all of the residents here are perps. Almost all of them are perps. Especially the ones who live amongst the same row as me. It's like, especially on the left side of me, almost everybody down there is a perp. And it's like, I know this motel is different from the other motels. It's different from usual. And so, the manager is hardly ever here. So, he's hardly ever here. So it's, kind of hard to, catch up with him. But I'm just still startled from, I could have had a peaceful sleep. And then, I was interrupted and startled. And then after 4 hours later, I'm still feeling startled. I can't even describe how I feel, but I really don't feel good right now. But, that is pretty fucked up if you're a male and you're trying to you're trying to do stuff on purpose to try to set a female up to be back on the streets again. No care in this world. And it's like, I feel like physiologically affected, like throughout my body. I kind of feel, I can't even describe how I feel, but still feeling, like even my physical body is affected by that loud, abusive bass. And then I was able, it took me a long while to finally, get back to sleep. Sometime probably after 8 o'clock, because I kept hearing it sporadically throughout the morning. And as I said, from, I guess after he must have told the guy about it, and the manager must have told the guy about it, and then the guy, the guy, he left me alone up until this morning, and then it was the first time again that I heard it. And the way the music is in his truck, it feels like every drum beat feels like as if it's pounding and punching and assaulting my body. That's how, intense and how bad the drum beat is. And then they had whatever idiots off and on throughout the day blaring super loud music and that damn bass. and stuff like that. But before I go, I'm about to get off here right now. Try to take a nap or something. But if not, then try, work on some writing or something. But the I mean, I can't even think properly to write. I'm not even well rested because of what he did. And that's a cowardly way to bully somebody while thinking you're big and tough and thinking you're big and bad. But I mean, it was Sunday. I applied for a job at Aldi online, and like, Aldi turned down my job application. So I felt bad because I wanted to like Aldi and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and stuff like that. And Aldi rejected my job application. They didn't hire me. So I think I'm done. I mean, I'm not gonna even try anymore to try to fill out, try to apply for jobs no more. Now I guess I'll just try to stick with my writing and hoping I can make money off of that. You know, if people want to donate or tip or something like that. So I mean, that's the only way I know to make money right about now. And so I just I give up on trying to apply for jobs and waiting around for others to hire me and then keep getting the same result. And it's not about my resume. It's about me being targeted